Medal ceremony owner. Let's get back to the next weight division. It's the men's light welter, boxers at 64 kilograms. And Denis Berinchyk of the Ukraine goes up against Everton dos Santos of Brazil. Berinchyk, very impressive boxer, coming through the prelims, round of 16 and quarters in great style. And the Brazilian, a World Series of boxing established name out of the Los Angeles Matadors, and that experience that he's picked up on the WSB tour really has put him in good stead in this competition. Let's first take a look at the Ukrainian. Beat the English boxer Lee Stalker from Hull in the semis, 31-18, and in the first round of this competition he beat the #1 ranked boxer, the Cuban Sotolongo. A confident start to the competition, and Berinchyk has carried that confidence all the way through to today's final. The Brazilian, 23 years of age, from Salvador, but of course now residing in Hollywood, the home base for the WSB boxers of the Los Angeles Matadors. 4 times the Brazilian national champion, and a participant at the Beijing Olympics in 2008. Castle, all of the big seeds knocked out in the men's light welter. Berinchyk not seeded, certainly in the top 10, and dos Santos just 6th. Both of these two boxers have disposed of them all on their way to this final, but for me, Berinchyk, again a Ukrainian, is the man to watch in the red corner.
Yeah, the one thing you have to be careful, though, is his defense. He's let 3 out of 5 of his opponents in this tournament ring him 19 points per bout. That's a lot of points to give up 3 out of 5 times. That's almost 20. Not nearly the case with dos Santos. Dos Santos having the decisive defensive advantage here. Let's see if Denis can keep his guard up.
Well, both boxers evenly matched, weight and size. Michael Gallagher, the Irish referee, looking after the boxers in the ring here. The Brazilian in the blue corner, blue vest, headgear and gloves, and Berinchyk of the Ukraine coming out of the red corner, red vest, red gloves, easily recognizable.
Another thing to point out is the Brazilian has 2 RSCs, or rather 1 RSC and 1 retirement in this bout, so he can throw his hands. Dos Santos can definitely box. Berinchyks going to need to keep his guard up, but let's see if he can bring the heavier punches as he's tended to show throughout the course of this tournament. Big puncher is Berinchyk.
And the Ukraine looking for their second gold medal after Lomachenko successfully taking gold in the light division. Good start from Berinchyk. Combinations working well. Uppercut nicely, right under the guard there. And again, it's been the tactic of all of the Ukrainian boxers. As soon as that bell goes to start the first of the 3-minute rounds, they mean business. No sizing up, no messing around. And Berinchyk, having knocked out the South American, or the Cuban, world #1 in the first round, will have no fear of the Brazilian style.
Good work to the body early in the first round as well by dos Santos. Berinchyks going to have to watch out that he doesn't give up too many points early in this bout.
Yeah, a little bit of a caution there for dos Santos. left on the first round, and there's a good combination from the Brazilian. And that's the first time that he's got right through the guard of Berinchyk and made the Ukrainian just step back a little. Great counter from the Ukrainian there. Uppercut not quite connecting from Dos Santos.
Yeah, that was a beautiful left hand by Berinchyk, and the Cuban's going to need to be careful of that. As we said, Berinchyks a big puncher, and look, he's just punching right through his opponent, trying to bust through the guard and chink the armor of the Brazilian.
Another caution for excessive use of the shoulder for Dos Santos. 20 seconds left in the first round. And Denis Berinchyk from the Ukraine, who seems to have been drawn against more than his fair share of Cubans and South American boxers throughout this championship. He's got off to a good start against the Brazilian. Very close, but a good finish here from Dos Santos, showing that he's got those speedy hands, and those speedy hands working well for the Brazilian. Well, there's that big hook from the Ukrainian, but the jab and the 1-2 combinations have been very effective for the Brazilian. You see in the blue corner. Let's see what the judges think of it. Wow, 8-3 for Dos Santos, and that's a big disappointment for Berinchyk. Castle, you said it right at the beginning of the bout. The Ukrainian must not give too many points away, and he really does have an uphill struggle, and we're only into the second round.
Yeah, I mean, 19 points, he's given up to 3, and he just gave 8 of them to the Cuban in the first round. So he's really going to have a tough time here if the second round continues on pace. He needs to tighten up his defense, he needs to be more active on his feet, and he needs to not let the Cuban land those body shots. Excuse me, the Brazilian.
Well, Berinchyk knows that something's got to change, and he's going to try and brawl his way out of this one. And Dos Santos will just stick to the tactic that worked so effectively in the first round, keeping his distance, using the jab. Right at him already, Berinchyk.
I like that mauling style by Berinchyk. If he could keep the pressure on Dos Santos, he's going to make him work a lot harder than he did in the first.
And one senses that Dos Santos doesn't like that mauling style as well.
Nor should he.
But for Berinchyk, it's got to be a point-scoring style. Rough and tumble is one thing, but you've got to hit the target.
Berinchyk needs to throw his punches from a closer distance. He's giving up a few inches in reach to the Brazilian boxer. He needs to throw more short and medium range punches. Those are the hooks. Those are the uppercuts from inside. He needs to dispense with the jab and just get right down to business.
Trying to get through the guard. Dos Santos happy to cover up and then counter. It was effective in the first round and equally as effective in the second.
Nice left hand by the Ukrainian. Looks like it got through.
Oh, a low punch. Very low.
4, 5, 6, 7.
Here it comes.
8. Box stop.
And of course, what Dos Santos can't afford is a warning to go with those caution.
Actually, that was a warning. That's 2 points to the Ukrainian right there. And as a result of that, that's going to help decrease the distance that he was in that last round.
And it means both boxers start to step up the tempo. Two points added to the Ukrainian score. All of a sudden, that trailing by 5 could be potentially 3. With some good work, he could level it all up going into the last. Oh, both boxers down on the canvas, grappling with each other rather than boxing, just getting caught up in each other's arms.
That's right, but I think this roughhouse style actually works in favor of the Ukrainian because he's going to unsettle the Brazilian and take him off his game plan. The Brazilian doesn't want to get into a slugfest, I don't think. He's better off staying on the outside, as he did in the first round. If Berinchyk could stay on the chest of Dos Santos and continue to maul him and brawl him like a Rocky Marciano back in the heyday, then he may actually find that he could break the will of Dos Santos and maybe turn the tide here in the second round.
Oh, good 1-2 from the Brazilian. Clearly hitting the target of the red god of Berinchyk. And again, the jab works well for the Ukrainian. And with those 2 extra points from the warning, this is looking better and better for Berinchyk. Well, Dos Santos down on the canvas again, but not through a punch. Pushing with the inside of the glove. Oh, and that's a nightmare for the Ukrainian because it's not a caution, it is a warning. You've got to be careful with referee Gala. He gives them very quickly. But that gives another 2 points back to the Brazilian. So both boxers picking up a warning in that second round. Both boxers scoring highly. But just when Berinchyk was sensing that he could draw clear, oh, what a disappointment.
Yeah, but you know what? It is a good sign for the Ukrainian, and I'll tell you why. It would have been a 2-point match going into this third round, but for that final warning in the waning moments. It means that Berinchyk has started to figure out a way to get in on the Brazilian, and it's only 4 points, and with that style that he's employed in round number 2, I mean, he technically won the last round by a score of 9-8.
Well, all kinds of drama in that round. A warning for both the boxers, a low blow for Berinchyk. And let's get the confirmation of the judging scores. Berincyk's round at 9-8, and that should have been such a different story if he had not been given that warning from the referee. Berinchyk knows that he's 3 behind and he's got to get at it, and that is definitely what he's doing again.
Looks like he's starting to rattle the Brazilian, Nick, wouldn't you say?
I would. There is certainly the crowd not enjoying this. Oh, there's another warning. And it's a warning for the Brazilian. It's 2 points for the Ukrainian, and that turns the match completely. And now the Ukrainian is ahead. And for the first time in this bout, Berinchyk is in the lead as he starts to slug it out. Both boxers, blow for blow, combination for combination. Can they keep this going? Oh, what an amazing turnaround in this third round. The Irish referee Gallagher still not happy with the way the Brazilian is going about his business in the ring. Again, pushing Berinchyk to the canvas. Good combination from Berinchyk. He can sense that this bout is now turning to his favour, and this could be the second Ukrainian gold in these finals. Great work from Berinchyk. Continues to pile the pressure on, but the counter is there, and Dos Santos takes his turn to put the blows in.
You know, this is exactly what we want to see here in these final rounds. Two boxers leaving it all on the table. Both of them recognize what's at stake. It's a close bout. You throw in the warnings. It's anyone's game at this point, and both of these boxers look like they are going to fall on their swords, if necessary, to take the gold.
Well, and Berincyk's tactic is working. The Brazilian looking very frustrated. The Ukrainian crowd on their feet. They can sense a second medal, and a second gold is on the cards here. Can Dos Santos keep it or turn it once again? Oh, Berinchyk. Again, those blows are going through. And the Ukrainian in red continues to lunge at every possible opportunity, swinging. Great refereeing from Gala here, the Irish ref. He really has done a superb job. Berinchyk straight in there again with a 1-2. Oh, a good hook from the Brazilian. Oh, this has been a brutal bout from both boxers, and again, swinging punch for punch. Great work from both the Brazilian and the Ukrainian.
You know what you gotta love with the Denis Berinchyk. We talked about him not having the greatest defense in the world. He just doesn't seem to care about getting hit. He will stand toe to toe. He's willing to trade, and the Brazilian a little more cautious from the outside, but nonetheless standing there. This bout is being contested in a phone booth. You gotta love it.
Well, has Berinchyk done enough? We're at 35 seconds in the third and final round in the men's light welter division, and Berinchyk still going at the Brazilian. He's not done yet. He wants more. Shoulder up, please, says the referee. Caution for the Brazilian. Counting down from 10 seconds. Again, Dos Santos on the canvas, but not from blows. Oh, yes, a good right hook from Berinchyk, just as the bell is about to go. And another one. Great left hook. And 3-4 fantastic blows in the dying seconds from Denis Berinchyk. It'll be a very close match, but for me, Berinchyk has done enough.
You know, they put up 3 rounds of fighting that you would have been proud of. These two guys let it hang out. Whoever wins, they're both well-deserved. Either one of these men can keep their heads high as they go back to their country. This was an unbelievable contest.
Value for money for the crowd there, no question of a doubt. Dos Santos started off with the bout in control. It all started turning Berincyk's way in the second round. Warnings again for the Brazilian. So Berinchyk has been given 4 points.
4 points that he really may just need. It's going to be very close.
Here comes the decision. Oh, Dos Santos takes it. The Brazilian cannot believe it. 26-23. Everton Dos Santos from Brazil denies the gold to Denis Berinchyk. And look at that. The picture tells the story. He's shocked himself and absolutely delighted to have claimed gold for Brazil. Well, look at the scoring in that last round. Denis Berinchyk winning that round by 11-10. But not enough.
Yeah, some crucial warnings. Just goes to show you how important a warning can be. We've seen warnings turn not only bouts on a dime, but actually overturn decisions that had originally gone another way. So these warnings have proven to be perhaps the subplot of this entire tournament. And as you look now at the replay from the last round, this is where things really heated up. Berinchyk and Dos Santos standing toe-to-toe, up against the ropes, in the center of the ring. This is what we wanted to see. They would have fought this in their backyard. if the medals were on the line.
Well, the Ukrainian contingent in the crowd clearly not happy with that decision. What a fantastic bout between these two boxers.
You can see right there, Berinchyk throwing, both boxers really throwing caution to the wind, hoping to land that big one knockout punch, and while it didn't come.
Gracias a Dios. Gracias a Dios, me siento muy feliz porque fue una pelea muy fuerte. Y yo sabía que él venía así para adentro y yo usé una estrategia para que si quiere junto con él ahí sacando golpes y salir victorioso.
Well, before the next bout, another medal award ceremony, and this time for the men's lightweight division, where the Ukrainian crowd will be given reason to cheer and applaud their boxer. We'll start with the medal awards, or the medals being given by the AIBA Executive Committee member, Mr. Franco Falcinelli, and the flowers awarded by Professor Abiev, the first Vice President of the Boxing Federation of Azerbaijan.
Medalı təqdim edir. Cənab Franco Falcinelli, AIBA İcraiyə Komitəsinin üzvü.
So the bronze medalists,
The medals will be presented by Mr. Franco Falcinelli, AIBA Executive
two
Committee
defeated
member.
boxers from the semi-finals.
Gülü təqdim edir. Professor Ağcan Əbiyev, Boks Federasiyasının birinci vitse-prezidenti. Flowers will be given by
We'll be seeing
by
the
Professor
Italian
Ağcan
boxer
Əbiyev,
ranked
first
number
Vice
one, the first of the bronze
President
medalist,
of Azerbaijan Boxing Federation.
Domenico Valentino.
Birinci medal, Valentino Domenico, İtalya. Bronze medal, Valentino Domenico, Italy.
Domenico Valentino there on your screens, taking bronze for Italy. And Gani, Zhailauov for Kazakhstan, taking the second bronze. Lightweight silver medalist from Cuba will be Tasnier Toledo, 22-year-old from Kamagi. Southpaw just didn't quite have enough to stop the big man from the Ukraine.
Cuba, silver medal, Toledo Tasnier, Cuba.
Tasnier Toledo will learn from this experience and be sure will improve and be ready for London 2012. But listen for the huge cheer from the crowd.
Lomachenko Vasyl, Ukraine.
As Vasyl Lomachenko
Vasyl,
made it quite
Ukraine.
clear that he found it hard to come back after his earlier problems in the quarterfinals. Very proud to win here. He gave his heart and soul to this win, and will be delighted to have taken his second World Championship gold in his career. And I think it's fair to say Lomachenko will leave Baku, Azerbaijan, as one of the firm favourites for Olympic gold in London 2012. Confirmation, Lomachenko gold, Toledo for Cuba silver, Kazakhstan and Italy the bronze.